All right, I need all you federal workers that are bitching about losing your jobs to listen up. You provide no value to the economy. You serve a function of the government. You serve a function of the people. And at any time, when it is deemed that you are not necessary to certain functions of the government, you are not entitled to your job. I'm tired of hearing these Democrats come out on this boo-hoo wagon. Oh, there was this, on this Doge town hall that I'm watching right now. There's this fucking Democrat that's trying to spin a super sob story about a federal worker who can no longer afford cancer treatment because they lost their job. Well, you know what, man? That happens to civilians all the time. I'm asking the same thing for what happened to me and my friends in Kansas. How come the Democrats in Kansas didn't have any kind of thing to say about 500 jobs being lost in a small community? They just let Caterpillar up and leave completely. A community has had this factory in place for multiple generations. Grandfathers and grandsons were working together here. Do you think none of them had battles that they were fighting? Do you think none of them had families to feed? Yet the globalist policies of the Democrat allowed this company to completely skip out on paying taxes and just go to a different country. You want to talk about tax breaks for the rich? What's a bigger tax break than being allowed to go utilize slavery in China or relative slavery in Mexico? Do you really think that people wouldn't find out that you don't do anything? Just like the tech crash that happened. How many people on Instagram, blah, 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 whatever fucking social media were talking about, wow, I work for Google, I work for 2 days a week, everything else I just phone in. Now you're all out of a job. Because the tech industry downsized by like 75% and is continuing to downsize. The gaming industry is being completely and utterly gutted. Multiple studios being shut down. Publishers at risk of shutting down. I don't understand why people that don't actually do anything except suck money out of the people that are providing value to the economy, why do you think you deserve a job more than anybody? I swear to God, you are so lucky that the Supreme Court is doing its job and checking what Trump is doing. Because, guess what? They found it to be illegal. So, yeah, checks and balances works. How's that for dictatorship, huh? Do dictators have checks and balances? I swear to God. We have Congress. We're coming for your job anyway. SCOTUS didn't say they can't do it. They just said they need Congress's approval. Do you think the Republicans won't come and do it? And guess what? I'm sorry that Medicaid and all this other stuff is kind of on the chopping block. There's this little thing in computer programming, okay? There's this little thing called holistic thinking, okay? You need to understand that in order to find the leaks in a system, sometimes you need to turn the values up to a point where they break and you need to see what works. I know a lot of you don't think that deeply about most of the stuff that you say and you're just kind of reacting to stuff because most of you don't really even have opinions. You just have outrage. Is it sad that federal workers are losing their jobs? And their lives are being put on pause? Yes. It's sad when it happens to anybody, but you do not, once again, you do not provide value to the economy. You serve a function of the government, and you are there to serve the people. You are a public servant. You are not entitled to a single penny. If you do not do anything, we will find you, and we're going to fire you. And then you're going to have to get a real job. Sorry. Go join the military. They're not firing people there. They are actively hiring. They pay for your fucking healthcare too. Oh, it's hard. It's hard. I don't want to work. I'm really glad that Ukraine is fighting this war for us and all. But I don't really think that the military is for me. I think that's a little too hard. I'd rather just tell the Ukrainians to do it for me. So Democrats, you get a little bit of a respite. Okay, you get a little bit of breathing room. You get your checks and balances when We're going to go through the proper channels. We're going to do it anyway. So you can have fun with your last couple weeks of your job.